Welcome everyone to True Forex Funds. We are a proprietary firm funding traders after passing our evaluation program up to $400,000. And today we are here with Lendberg, Sam from all the way from Bahamas. And he's a well-known trader at True Forex Funds, trading more than 9 months with True Forex Funds. And he's been passing evaluation accounts and recently funded with $200,000. And made quite fair enough profit splits of $70,000 in profits. So we are really profound of your results. Can you walk us through your life? How did you become a trader? And how did you met this opportunity to trade with True Forex Funds?
Thank you very much, Joseph. Hello, everybody. My name, once again, is Lendberg Lysius. I am originally from the Bahamas, one of the most beautiful places on the planet Earth, actually. So I started trading back in 2020, during the pandemic. So that's when I started to trade. That's when I come across the stock market. I come across Forex and all those crypto markets. And then I basically, just graduating high school and, looking for colleges and stuff. But then, I come across, the internet. It's a very powerful place to be. And then I come across you guys in 2021. And then that's where all the journey started. For, my journey with, learning about the markets, learning about the stock market, learning about the Forex market, it was really, really wild. Because there were times I'd be asking myself or questioning myself, like, is this for me? Because the markets truly, they involve losses, profits and losses, and you got to manage those losses, and also you got to be disciplined, Joseph. So that's where I had to put my foot down and kind of take it seriously, because like I'm the first person in my family to be seeing those type of numbers. So it's incredibly insane. And the fact that I'm only 20 years old, I'm excited, man. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm excited.
And what were the steps that took you to become a Forex trader? Did you start with a regular broker account? Some of your friends introduced to you to trading, or how did this come for you?
So I started in IML. I don't know if you know about IML. It's like a multi, marketing Forex stuff that was out there in 2020 when I came across Forex. And then I realized like the stuff that they were doing, it wasn't really my type. They were like just recruiting people. I wasn't kind of like really learning about how to trade. I was just kind of like recruiting people to come and join. So I did feel like that was not my thing. And then eventually, I stepped down from IML, and then I meet one of my mentors. His name is Q Banks from Miami, Florida. And then I came across Anthony World on Instagram, and those dudes, they are killing the markets. So, I started to watch them, I started to learn from them on YouTube. And then it also, Joseph, it took a lot of discipline, because once you are actually, trying to teach yourself something, sometimes procrastination gonna come in, sometimes the laziness gonna be there. So in order for you to, actually move forward, you gotta actually put in that work, and you gotta be disciplined. So I started off YouTube, watching YouTube videos. I watch Swaggy C, some of the famous YouTubers who are in the markets. And then so I deposited probably like $100 into a personal broker, just to test it, to see how things would go. And then I blew it. I gotta be honest. I blew my first $100, and I'm like, man, for me, that's a lot of money. Like, bro, is this really for me? And then and then I come across MMF, my Forex funds. Before I meet you guys, and then I said, let me go for a $200,000 account. And then I went with them, and then I failed, and then I went with them again, and then I passed. Then that time when I passed, it was like a milestone for me, but then I didn't kind of understand, I didn't get the feel. I'm just feeling the live account. So I made kind of profits and then I blew the account. I blew the account and then I reached out to, to guidance, I reach out to mentors, and then I keep, the thing about success, Joseph, it's about, keep pursuing it because, every great success comes with failure. You got to embrace that failure. You got to embrace the journey because every journey is the same. My journey and other people's journey inside of the industry, inside of the markets, they are different. And success comes in many different ways for us. So after I failed that funded challenge with MMF, then I came across, an Instagram model, he was talking about how he's funded with you guys, with TFF, with True Forex Funds. And then I started to look at the analogs. I started to look at the the sticks, and then I started to analyze you guys because, and I see you guys was doing extremely well. So I said maybe this could be for me. You guys could be, my type. So and then I realized the challenges with you guys was more like easy to pass, man. So after I put in that work, after I put in that discipline, that after I eliminate procrastination and I put in work. My first challenge with you guys, it wasn't like a success, but then I stick with it. I stick with it, and then boom, I was funded. And then in 2 weeks, like I'm in profit. Like my biggest trade was like $18,000 in a single day, and then I was like, I could keep pushing. I could keep pushing it, and then in 2 weeks, I made 70 plus thousand with you guys, which is unbelievable, unbelievable.
It's good you are talking about the discipline and your life path all the way to $70,000
Yeah,
profits.
that's why I have this poster up there too, to remind me every day that it takes discipline to be successful. It takes discipline.
Lendberg, I can also see you are trading with us from September. Since then, you are passing accounts, but this would be your milestone since 9 months that you are actually making the real profits. So can you tell us about your transition all the way from practicing on demo accounts to real accounts and actually putting your practice into real trading? What is your best advice to achieve real profits, real trading?
So Joseph, it all come down to experience inside of the markets. From since 2020 to now, it's all about all of that failure, all of that up and down, all of that struggle. It kind of like all the pieces come together because once I'm on the demo accounts, I feel free to trade, right? I feel like because it's not real money yet, but then once you come on the live account, on the live funded account, then like it's like game on. I gotta put my A game on because now I don't want to mess this up. This is like my opportunity to retire myself at the age of 20. It's like my opportunity to become successful and to and not just successful but just to grow with you guys, right? To go out and get a next account and probably merge for 400K. Who knows? But the difference between the demo accounts and the live accounts is just experience and also confidence. That same confidence you have once you take in the exams, once you take in the challenges, you feel free to you gotta be comfortable when you see drawdowns. You cannot be scared because sometimes not every trade will play out right away. You have to be patient inside of the market and you have to be disciplined. So all of that experience, I took it on to the live accounts. That is why I am successful, because now I realize if I could do it on a demo, I could do it on a live account too. It can be done. So that's what I did.
Okay. A lot of traders, can learn technical fundamentals, buy the books on the internet, but there's sure a psychological pressure when it comes to trading. Now, it seems like you overstep the psychological barriers. Do you have any thoughts about or advices how to do this for any new novice or disciplined trader?
Man, I'm telling you guys, like discipline, psychology plays a very, very crucial part in every trader, in every international investor, in every investment banker that I know. Psychology plays a very crucial part because now you are dealing with numbers, and then now you have to, have a mindset now to, okay, it can be done. You have to have a mindset that, how can I do this, or how can I put this into play? Because now with psychology, for me, how I overcome, every psychological challenges inside of the market is, I listen to a lot of motivational speeches on YouTube. Like the late Kobe Bryant. I like to listen to his motivation. I listen to, Eric Thomas, some of the greatest motivational speakers out there. I listen to Tony Robbins. All of those, I just grab them and put them together, and then right before I trade, it's like they feed my soul, not just my soul. They feed my spirit, so that my mind can be clear to accomplish or to conquer every challenges the market throws at me, because the markets are not always predictable, but your mindset, the way you react to the market, that is very, very crucial. The way you react to, success and failure inside of the market, that is really, really crucial. Because if you go into my analog, you will realize not all of my trades were successful trades. I took some losses there and there, but then I kind of manage each and every single trade. Yeah.
Interesting, very interesting. And do you have a predefined risk management you always stick to?
I Not necessarily. But for every single trade that I take, like, I know what each lot sizes will bring me. So for example, if I go inside of the market with a $50 lot, I know that the market will be moving like $500 for every pip. So I have like a standard, like a set drawdown limit for myself, not just what you guys giving me on the accounts, but I set a specific amount of money that I want to lose on every single trade. For example, if I'm in a trade for $50 lot, I'm willing to lose $3,000 to $4,000. But then also, if the trade is playing out very well, I'm willing to make $20,000 to $30,000 on that single trade. So I keep the losses small, but then the gains, I always expand them. I always look to make more. That risk to reward, that's what put me in a advantage, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. And do you use a stop loss and take profit, or you just go by your feeling and the market sentiment?
Stop loss, when I'm using stop loss and take profits, Joseph, what I usually do is that I go based off market condition. Like, I know every 8:30, New York open, every 10 o'clock, the stock market open. When the market is very volatile, when the market is moving very fast, when there's a lot of liquidity inside of the market, when there's a lot of supply or demand inside of the market, and when the conditions of the markets are fast, or to say when there is news events, those are when I use take profits on stop loss, because my stop loss and take profits are based on the market conditions. So if I know it's a busy day inside of the market, I will automatically use stop loss, because sometimes you cannot control your emotions pretty well. Once the market start moving against you, sometimes you will need that automatic stop loss, to kind of kick you out automatically. Or sometimes too, when the trade is play out, let's say overnight, and you want to go to sleep, you don't want to just leave your trades running. You kind of want to put a stop loss and a take profit. So if I'm buying, I'm kind of want to put my take target on top, my take profit on top, and then I kind of keep my stop loss very tight. So in case, even if I fall asleep, I know that the market is working for me automatically.
Mm-hmm. Do you consider
Yeah.
yourself a technical or more like a fundamental trader, or a well-rounded trader who knows both or practices both?
It's kind of both. It's kind of both because all two of them, Joseph, they correlate together. Like even if you can be the greatest technical masterpiece on planet Earth, but if there's news at 8:30, you got to know what time exactly will the news affect the market, because the market, once the news affect the market will eventually goes both ways. Who knows? So when it comes to technical analysis, I look out for overbought, oversold. I look out for my moving averages. If price is crossing a certain moving average, I look out for confirmation inside of the market. But then when it comes down to technical analysis and fundamental analysis, once it comes down to fundamental analysis, I'm looking at New York. I'm looking at what's going on in Wall Street. I'm looking at what's the next news event. What exactly time will the next news event happen? And I know once news come out, the market will eventually, kind of play tricky, kind of move both ways, and then kind of shoot back up to where exactly it is going to go. Yeah.
What's your favorite instrument to trade?
Oh, I'm not going to lie to you. I love gold. Gold is the only instrument that I traded on the account. Simply because gold is always moving, man. Gold make a lot of people millionaires and billionaires. Gold, it's very volatile. It's kind of impossible for you to not make money off gold just because of how fast it moves on a daily basis. And not just that, the way the US dollar is having a impact on the market, and the way that a lot of people are now trying to transition into gold. Now it makes the market very volatile, and it makes the market a lot of kind of more fast. And then once inflation and all of those rates come out, it's just crazy, man. Gold is go crazy. That's why I love to trade gold, because it's a very fast market.
Okay, let's see in the future Lendberg's millionaire gold trade setup, and what does it take, and how many hours do you devote per day on analyzing gold, and what it makes you successful. Can we take a look into the over outlook of how you analyze gold on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, absolutely. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of discipline. Not just that, but then also, and with your personal life too, certain things, like I don't smoke, I don't drink alcohol, because I know all of those things, they will have an effect on my performance inside of the markets. So I kind of step away from people who do those things, like smoking a lot, people who are addicted to even pornography, all of those stuff. It have a lot of effect on you as a man. So yeah.
And do you also do sports, or what's your daily activities that you go day to day?
Most days I'm inside the gym. I'm trying to get that muscle work in. And also I played soccer a little bit. I love soccer and basketball.
That's great, some team play. Do you consider trading as a team game, like you've learned a lot of things from your mentors, or it's an individual one-to-one game, a one-man game?
For me personally, I think it's a one game, because it involves a lot of emotions, especially when you get into trades that are not playing out right away. It involves you, being a person that you are, you having an inner connection with yourself to say, okay, what does my emotions tell me? Should I hold this trade? Should I hold the drawdowns? Because not every time trades will play out, and also even the big banks lose money. So what all of the retail traders, you gotta expect to lose sometime, and the fact that it involves risk in it, I'd say personally for me it's a one-man game, because it involves emotions behind it. and everybody emotions is different, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally, totally. So this is your daily setup. You use these indicators for every day to analyze. Can you walk us through how do you go from analyzing to executing profitable trades?
So this is my basic setup right here. Um, this line, what you see here, is the 50 MA moving average. Whenever the market is above this line on my 4-hour time frame, I'm always looking to buy. It's a confirmation for me to know that the market will stay up, probably go up some more. And then whenever the market, when I scale on to 15-minute time frames, whenever the market is below my purple line, as you can see, the line.
Yes.
Whenever the market is below my purple line, which is a 200 moving average MA, I'm looking for sales. That is the basics for me, and I got that from Anthony's World, one of the top traders in the industry on Instagram. And also I use overbought and oversold, supply and demand. Whenever the market is overbought, like it is on that 15 time frame, I look to sell. And whenever the market is oversold, I look to buy because I know the market is gonna go back up. And also, Joseph, I look for trends. Like as you can see on 15 minutes, the market is kind of on a consolidation, but also in a trend as well. As you can see, the market went up, come back down again. It goes up, it comes back down. It goes up, it comes back down. But as you can see, the market is on a trend going up. The overall aspect of the market is a trend. And one of the trades that made me on the account, one of the trades that made me $18,000, and that was on a single, that trade was taken in a single day. During the New York session, it was a gold trade. I'm looking at it on my phone. I'm going to try to pull it off for you guys.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that trade. I think there was a fundamental news event also during that time.
Yes, absolutely. So the market was at 19. Price was at 19. So what I usually do, Joseph, I usually look at the charts on my laptop, and then I took the executions on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So on a daily basis, I'm always, looking at charts on my laptop, and then all of my execution, I execute them on the MT5 platform on my cell phone. So basically, my cell phone is like an ATM. That's just the idea of having a cell phone that could turn into a machine, a printing machine, is just insane.
Like today, like most of us or almost everyone has a cell phone. So they have
Yeah.
this power in their hands.
So I think this is it right here, Joseph.
Yeah,
This long candlestick right here.
yeah.
This is the trade that I took. It was at that, like you said, there was a news event come out. I think it was one of the unemployment rates that came out that day, 8:30 in the morning for Eastern times, where I am in the Bahamas. So, once the employment rate came out, I realized, the market, was going to do like it always does. And also with my fundamental analysis, I'm always looking at forexfactory.com. those are this is where I get all of my news events on a daily basis, Joseph. So for example, like I'm always looking at those red folders, the orange folders, the yellow folder. And also I kind of, have like a sentimental, that's like a sentimental analysis because the orange fold, the yellow folder, it tells me that, the market is going to move, but not that kind of movement. Gold is going to move, but not kind of how it is with USD. I look at the, which currency pairs is yellow and which currency pairs are red. And as you can see here, just for a basic example, on Wednesday, May 10th, which is tomorrow, there will be news event at 8:30 in the morning. We have CPI coming out, and those red folders means that the market, for me, the market is going to move pretty fast. So that's where I look at, the schedule and what time, not just that the red folders or the yellow folders, but also at what time does the market is going to move. And then, it takes a lot of patience in this game, Joseph, because once the news dropped that day and the market started to move, it kind of flakes. It kind of tricks a lot of traders, gold, especially gold. You have to know what you're doing. It takes more than, technical analysis. It takes more than, fundamental analysis. All two of them have to be together because you got to understand what time exactly does it will play out, does the trade is going to go, and what time exactly does the news drop in, and what time exactly does technical analysis will play out. So when the news dropped at that 8:30 in that morning, what I did is that I watched gold. Gold started a blue candle. I always look at the previous candlestick. So gold started with a previous blue candle, which is bullish to me. Blue means the market going up. Red means the market going down. So I realized, okay, a lot of traders are getting in for a buy, but let me be that patient trader. So the market started to move very fast. It kind of plays out a little bit. You see, and then it kind of pump up, and then then I realized exhaustion a wick was taking place. They call it exhaustion wick. So gold was started, all of that momentum it had to go up. All of that default, it started to come back down. And then, I just sit back down. I just watch it for my opportunity, because, the patient trader is the trader that will eventually get paid. So the market started to come back down. As soon as I see that, I entered that trade at, 19. My price, I entered at 1991. 1991, because I realized gold was coming down above my moving average, which is my remember my 200 MA moving average, which means that if the market is below that, I know it's clear confirmation. So 19, once a red candle open, once the blue candle closed, and I realized that there was a momentum in the red candle to go down at 1991, exactly 1991, when the market come right there, 1991, where price is right there, to just kind of below my, moving average. And then I said, you know what? This is clear confirmation because we already collected. For me personally, before I go inside of the market, I like to collect confirmations. Number one is the news. Is the news going to be fast? That's the number one confirmation. Number two confirmation is the market, or is price is, near a moving average, which is if price is going above my, 50 MA, or if price is going below my 200 MA, once price is crossing near a moving average, it is an indication for me, to, enter the market. That is my entry base. So when I saw that all of that momentum, it kind of like the buyers lost it all right there. Then sellers took over. So, on that 1991, where price came at 1991, I decided to be ballsy. I dropped a $50 lot, which is the market is moving $500 for every move, for every pip. So what happened was that, before, this is where psychology comes in. Before I placed the lot, I already had in mind how much money I'm willing to lose on that trade, just in case it doesn't play out. And I also had in mind how much money I am willing to make. So on that 50 lot, I was willing to lose like $4,000 to $5,000, because on the $200,000 account, the max daily loss is 10,000 in a single day. So I said this is going to be my only trade for the day, probably my only trade for the day, and let's see how it plays out. And I saw that momentum at 19, where price came at 1991, when price was at 1991, which is this huge candlestick. And then once I entered, I'm not going to lie to you, price was moving fast. It like a wrecking ball. Like, price dropped so hard. Price dropped down to 87. I didn't kind of catch the whole candlestick. I just catch like a pretty good piece of the candlestick, if that makes sense. And then with that 50 lot, market is moving $500 for every single pip. I clock out with and the thing is that when the market is fluctuating, and I had no stop loss, no take profit, because I'm behind my computer. I have my cell phone in my hand where I monitor the trades. This is where emotions come in, because now the numbers get surreal, because now this is like I'm looking at the numbers fluctuate. They moving fast, like from 3,000 to 500 to back to 3,000, and then the market drop, continuing to drop. Then I see $10,000. I say, whoa, let's go. And the market is moving down. Then I see $16,000. I say, oh, this is my day. I'm going to hold. So the price kind of come down. It come down. I clock out at 1987 when I clock out with but the market price was kind of coming down. I was up on that trade, but like $25,000. I got kind of scared based off how momentum, based off how much volume was inside of the market. I kind of pulled back, because I was wanting to catch the whole move down to 1974. I wanted to catch that whole move, which would have bring me like $40,000 to $50,000 on that 50 lot size, which I placed on that trade. But then I see price kind of, once momentum start and it's a news event, price kind of moving. The momentum, I'm looking at momentum. I'm like, oh, should I take that profit now? Oh, will it go back now? Will it continue to go back now? All of that emotions kind of kick in, and I see 18,000. I see 25,000, then back to 18,000. I say, okay, I'm gonna take that 18,000 profit. A win is a win. So that's how the trade played out for me. And then from there, from I saw $18,000. It kind of gave me a lot of confidence now, because now each and every single day, each and every single night, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna place a $10 lot on this trade. I'm gonna place a $20 lot on this trade, because now I just conquered a news event and I made so much money. Now the confidence is there, and for me to move forward for that 2-week period of trading. So I got momentum kicked in, confidence kicked in, and then I keep up with putting in short work, going over my trade each and every single day, journaling. It's kind of like I make it like my journal, like to kind of look at how I did on each and every single day. I look at my previous trades and how it went, and then every single day, that confidence kick in. And then, each and every single day, I make profit, I scale, then I scale, and then that's how we get here today.
Okay, so based on your circumstances, you always follow first step the funded, I mean the economical events. So that's a
Yeah.
must. You only trade the news events, or you also trade off from news, like on other time span.
Like I trade like the night session, like the Asian session. It always starts like at 6:30 is when Tokyo start for me in the Bahamas. So that's when Tokyo open. I know that's when volatility volatility comes in again and for the market to move. So I trade those sessions because now what happened is that once I'm successful overnight, that previous night, it sets me up for that trading day, that New York session, because it kind of put my account into profit. So let's say if my max daily loss was like 10,000, now if I make $2,000 or $3,000 on that night session, I kind of have like more room for me to kind of scale up in the morning or in when New York open for all my trades to play out.
And do you use the same lot size or lot volume during the Asian session that you use during the New York session, or it's different?
Basically for when it comes for the New York session, I'm looking at a $15 lot size, which will be moving at 150 dollars for every pip move. And I'm also looking at a $200 lot size, which is a $20 lot. A $20 lot size will is also moving at $200 for every pip move. So, but when it comes to Asian session, I'm always trading. I scale it down a little bit just to. It's the Asian session for me, Joseph. It's like a prep for the New York session because when I'm trading Asian sessions, I'm always putting in like a $10 lot size. Or if I'm trading the London session, for me Eastern time, London open every 3 a.m., which means that it's dark on the side on this side of the world. It kind of dark. So I kind of have to be prepared. I have to, kind of stay up late to trade the London session or the Asian session. And then those sessions, as long as I am profitable in those sessions, it kind of set me up for me to be successful in the big news events when New York open every 8:30 or every 10 o'clock when the stock market open and when volatility kicks in for gold.
Okay, interesting. Based on how you exemplify this trade, it feels like this was an epiphany. Like some good deeds or some good voice in your head told you, now this is the time to pull the trigger and put a 50 lots trade on. Can you tell me, like, why was this exact trade that you risked 50 lots, or what are the circumstances that were encouraging you to take the 50 lots here and not, for example, on another news event, like on a CPI or on a interest rate decision or whatever other news event, and another setup?
So Joseph, that trade, that $50 lot, what I took, it was incredible. It was scary, but deep down, I had the. It's like for me that trade, I think the account was sitting in profit like 6 or 5 thousand. I was in profit for like $5,000 in the account overall, but then I kind of want to leave the parking lot if that makes sense. I kind of want to leave. I know that I'm going to need a trade where as like this could be the trade that set me up. So even if all my trades doesn't play out, like even if I have to manage all the rest of my trade, I know that I have one trade that is going to have that is going to give me confidence. So what I did is that I traded that Asian session that previous night, and then I made like $3,000, and then I realized, okay, New York is about to open overnight. I traded well overnight, and there's a big news event and at 8:30. And then I realized, Joseph, like, okay, if I'm up, I'm already up $3,000 because all of my trades, they were successful. Like my trades overnight, they were successful. So I want that confidence, right? So I kind of have that confidence, not one. I had that confidence because overnight I was successful. And I said, okay, red folder is in the morning at 8:30 exactly. The market is going to freak out. So I said, and plus my daily max for the account as increases from, I think it was like from 10,000 a day to like 14 or 15,000. One of them, I can't really remember. But overnight, whenever I am successful overnight, what happens is that my daily max for the day increases. So I realize now for the day I cannot lose $14,000, which is a lot of money. But then I said, where exactly do I said to myself, this is where, psychology can't kicks in. I said to myself, where do I want to take this account? I said, okay, this can be, the trade that set me up for life. I said, okay. My mind is kind of said, do you want to take it, or do you want to wait for another news event? Or all of those emotions are kicking in. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We gotta have some balls here. Let's do it. Let's go for it. I placed the lot way before I started analyzing the market, Joseph. I placed the lot size in. I just where it goes, once you on the MetaTrader 4, where you goes to market execution. I haven't entered the market yet. I just placed 50 lot, and I'm looking at the 50. I'm looking at that 50 lot. I'm saying to myself, this can cost me, but this can make me. Also, I'm also aware of how much money I can lose for that day. And then once the news is about to kick in, I said to myself, now, in order for this trade to play out, you cannot be like every other trader. You got to be the different one. Because once momentum kicks in, because every time there is a news event, everybody is, always, go enter in the market based off momentum. Because once the market start moving fast, you never know where no one, not even the banks, know where the market is going. You just have to, you have to be patient, and your technical analysis have to be correct. So, I place the lot size, and then I wait patiently first, and then I place the lot size. And then in the back of my head, I said, I'm not willing to lose seven. I know I cannot lose 14,000 for the day, but I'm not willing to lose $7,000. But also, I'm willing to make $30,000 to $40,000 because this is a big lot size, Joseph. So I place it in. I know in my head, I already had that mental toughness to know that if I see seven, automatically come out of the market, because we're not. This is what I set for myself. This is the standard. And then if the market is going my way now, I'm not willing to lose $7,000, but also I want to double it. Just as I don't want to lose $7,000 when I'm in profit too. I want to double $7,000. I want to see 14,000. I want to see 20. I want to see 25. I want to see 30. And that's what happens. The market drops, and we saw 18,000, and it was very beautiful, Joseph. It was very inspiring, very beautiful. And not just that, it took a lot out of you, man. That mental toughness, that that routine that I had for that morning. When I wake up, thinking about life, thinking about in the normal world, it would have to take me like 3 to 4 years, to make that kind of money. So, I kind of grateful for it. I kind of grateful for the journey. I embrace every trial, every failure, every struggle. I embrace all of it, because at the end of the day, this is not just for, me, but this is for my future kids. I know this is for my future wife, probably, who's watching. This is for, my family, and this is for the lifestyle that I promised myself. And and this is for the growth of my country, because the more successful traders that we have in our country, the better it is for the growth of our economy. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. And that's what drives me each and every single day. The thought of having, financial freedom, and having, that freedom and that ability to, to give my kids a lifestyle that, I didn't have. That is why I'm pushing each and every single day. I'm putting in the work each and every single day, to become successful, to strive in life. And that's my why. That's what inspires me. That's like my motivation.
So inspiring. Good to hear that. And you have almost a 1-to-half risk to reward ratio based on your recent account. So that makes sense that because the max daily loss resets at midnight Hungarian time, Central European time, that's around 6 p.m. for you in your local time.
Yes,
So basically, if you make some more profits, it will be gained in your max daily loss.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
basically, you had your risk to reward above 1,
Yeah,
1.2, so that makes total sense. Based on your trades, you also, if you lose 1, you gain back 1.5 times more.
yeah,
And I see also that you're scalping. So based on this example, you're more like a scalper holding trades less than 1 hour.
yes.
Do you sometimes also hold swing trades overnight, or is scalping really lucrative, profitable?
Scalping for me is really what I look at, because um most of the times, just because you guys, the company, giving me a max loss, daily loss, does that means that I don't have to set a loss for myself. I promise you, Joseph, for every single trade, I set a specific amount I'm willing to lose for myself. In the back of my head, I'm like, if the market doesn't go, this is how much I'm willing to lose. And also, if the market is playing out in my favor, I want to double, triple X how much the ratio, the ratio. I want to make I want to make double or triple how much I was willing to lose. And so what happens is that um I have like for 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 each times I'm looking at charts and I'm looking at the market, I have like a tight, I'm looking at tight drawdowns. And also that comes with me being patient, very patient, very precise. It's like a hyenas. I kind of watch the market. I kind of wait for the market to come to me, because I know patient and discipline is going to get me successful inside of every trade and inside of the market. So every time I'm on the charts, it takes me like 20 to 30 minutes before I can actually enter the market. That's how long I'm like analyzing. I'm like watching momentum. I'm like watching, how much volume does a candlestick have? Like, how is the candlestick is exhausting? Like, if the candlestick is, shrinking, if it coming back down, you know, uh, how momentum is moving. It takes patience, and all of that information. I'm sitting there and just collecting all of that information. So once I see a candlestick is kind of like turning to the next color, like if I see a bearish candle turning into a bullish candle, it's confirmation for me, to buy. Or if I see a bullish candle turning into a bearish candle, it's confirmation for me to sell, because now I realize the market is exhausting. The market is, shrinking, and not all the time. Once a candle change colors, will it go back? Sometimes it changed colors, it never returned. Basically, sometimes if I'm selling the market and the candlestick was blue, for me, I use two colors, blue and red. If the market it was blue and it was bullish, and I realize the long candlestick is shrinking, that's and not just shrinking, it changing colors. That's confirmation for me to sell, because now I know that, with all that patience and all of that data that I collected inside the market, all of that, now that's confirmation. Also with my moving averages, I use those as confirmation to enter the market. and also I keep a tight stop loss, and I keep a tight, not just stop loss, but a tight number in my head to, how much I'm willing to lose and how much I'm willing to make triple X, what the number was I set to lose. Yeah.
And how do you measure volume and momentum? Do you have an indicator for that, or it's your gut feeling?
The way I measure, I use the RSI, the relative strength index. I look at it on my phone. I basically, when I'm analyzing, I use not just my charts on the computer. I also look at my charts. I look at my charts in the phone. I look at, I look at, how the market is moving. And in my phone, I have like an indicator. I don't know if you could see it, that
Yeah,
red
it's the
line.
RSI.
Yeah, that's the RSI that I use for, for to identify overbought, oversold. Also, the RSI for me, it also, I identified, the volume to the market, to where, like how, how long it's going to take for the market to come out of the zone, or how long it will take for the market, to kind of consolidate. If the market is overbought, it kind of consolidate in that overbought area, and then for the market to come back down into that 30. And then if the market is oversold down below, I use two lines in the RSI. I use the 70 line. Once the market is above my 70 line, I know it's overbought. And with the with the RSI, with the 30 line, once the market is below that, I know the market is oversold. So I know, not because the market is oversold, it will automatically means for me to buy. Sometimes divergence take place. Sometimes consolidation takes place inside of that same time frame, or inside of that same, oversold area. And sometimes the market extends that oversold, or the market extends that overbought. So I kind of be patient with it. It kind of comes down to patient, because once the market is oversold and I'm looking to buy, I don't go in right away. I kind of be patient. I kind of look at the market consolidate for a bit more, and then for me to see, like, if a spinning top open, or if a doji open, a doji candlestick, or a reversal candlestick open, which will serve as confirmation for me, to buy, or for me to sell if a spinning top open.
And can you show me your example of the Asian trading, what you have taken before this very successful trade? I would just want to I'm curious about, are you using the same strategy in the Asian session, or it may be a little bit different from what we have learned before?
With the Asian session, it's a little bit different, because with the Asian session, at 6 p.m., I got a trade, and then I kind of have to go to sleep, like between 9 to 10, okay, 10 p.m. And then, of course, London opened at 3 a.m., which is very late. And then in the morning, New York's open. So with the Asian session, my analysis are kind of tight. It kind of, it comes with a lot of patience. My first trade on the account, I think I made like over $1,000. Yeah, overnight, I'm going to show you how I made $3,240 in that overnight session, with before I made, that milestone trade. I entered the market with that trade. It was a buy. Let me see if I can find. I buy, and then the lot size I use, Joseph, the lot size was a $20 lot, which means that the market, I know for every lot size, I know how much the market will be moving per pip, per move. So with that $20 lot, I know the market is going to move, $200 for every, single move inside of the market. Just this is when the news took place, and this was in the morning, and then overnight when the market moved, it was kind of fast as well. It wasn't like one of those trades, where I just hold for hours. And the trade was kind of fast. I entered at 1999. Let me see. I believe it was one of those in one of those areas, one of those candlesticks. This was the overnight session before the news even happened. Yeah, I think it was right above MA. You see the line, remember the line where we talk about the moving average, 50 MA, EMA. I realized the market had a selling. There was like a selling period of selling inside the markets. And then once I realized that, and I realized, uh, uh, a new candlesticks eventually opened, and price was, consolidating above. Price was consolidating. As you can see, go up, come down, up, come down, up, come down. I kind of always watching, at the history. I kind of look back at history to see, what price did, and price come down, up, come down, up, come down, up. Then I realized price came down. It have to go back up because price is falling apart, and if that makes sense. Then at 1999 exactly, once that candlestick, this exact candlestick's change, it was kind of red first, going down to cross. Once it changed, I realized that was my opportunity to buy, and then I did buy. I buy at 1999, 9.99, and then I came out at 2001. Yeah, 2001.61. I did the beautiful thing, Joseph, was that I did not even, catch the whole move. Does that make sense? I just got in, made that quick, and then came out, and then I was set, and I had that confidence just because I had a successful overnight trade. I had a lot of confidence, to go back in when New York opened at 8:30. That was when news would drop at the New York session at 8:30 every morning, basically. So that's when, I was kind of, comfortable. I was kind of, and then the market, as you can see, overnight on those, session after, probably like I came with like probably like around 9, 10 o'clock, and then the market just does its thing, consolidating. And then just before, news event, then you had I did not stay up for the London session. London opened at 3 a.m. on this side of the world. When it's night for us, it's day for the eastern side. So and then you have to kind of take sleep, rest your body, just for that next day performance. Then I realized I did not catch that London session, which would have been beautiful, but then I did catch that beautiful masterpiece right there. Yeah.
I also have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Just to wrap up this charting talk, I have a surprise for you, and it is on our website. Can you find it?
I'm gonna look at my client's area right now.
Okay. You don't even have to go to the client area. You can look it up here on the laptop on our website.
Oh, let me look it up. Let me pull it up. Where do I go from here?
Go for the leaderboard.
Yeah, the leaderboard.
Yeah. Can you spot someone's name there?
That's my name.
That's your name. That's your name.
Bro, number one.
Yeah, congratulations, Lendberg. You are on the number one At least today, maybe for the week. Who knows?
Yeah.
Someone might go before you. But congratulations again. You have
Yeah.
made it
Thank you
on the
very much,
top
man.
of the leaderboard for the recent period.
And I also put my country on the map. I think I'm like the number one, who've ever done anything like this. This is probably historic. Yeah, because I haven't seen no other trader from my country clinch that number one sport. That's kind of pretty good. That's very inspiring. That's very motivation. And then also a lot of people, are hitting me up and saying congratulations and stuff like that. Because that I just want to take a quick snap of it. That right there, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. 35%. That is beautiful. Yeah.
And 35% in not just a month, but in 2 weeks
And
is
to
pretty high.
that is where that is mind blowing. That is mind blowing. In just 2 weeks, this amount was made. So and then I always kind of always motivate people. This is a new age that we live in. A lot of people will see these and be skeptical about it, but people got to understand this is a new era. AI and United States are talking about a lot of advancement. The world that we had back in 1990 and 2001 is not the same world that we have in today's. There is a plethora of opportunities, for people, to elevate and to research, and because the internet is just a powerful tool, Joseph. It's a powerful tool, and the difference is that knowledge makes the indifference, and as you can see, discipline as well makes the indifference. Because are you going to be disciplined? Are you going to use the internet as a asset or a liability? A lot of people spend their time on social media. A lot of people spend their time gossiping or just scrolling through. But then there are a lot of resources that you can use to elevate in every aspect of life. And the fact that I am only 20 years old and I did this is confirmation that to what's to come, because I plan to merge for 400K and take it through the roof. And I'm grateful for this company, man. I'm grateful for this company and for this opportunity.
We appreciate it very much. What would you tell also for anyone who want to try True Forex Funds for the very first time?
Go for it. The advice I would say to everybody is that be patient, just go, and then don't just quit when you don't see success, because success it's a journey. Everybody's journey is different. Everyone's journey is kind of it's kind of unique, because my journey to success and somebody else's journey to success will be totally different, Joseph. A lot of people will see this and start to compare themselves, or to say, oh, if a 20-year-old can do it, you can do it too. Or if a 25-year-old could do it, you can do it too. But the difference is you got to be patient, you got to be disciplined, you got to put in work, you got to research, you got to actually put in work each and every single day. You wake up with that mindset, with that motivation, and also you put God first. I have to declare my faith that I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus Christ, my Savior, and without Him, this was impossible to get done. So yeah, so if you are trying True Forex Funds, just be patient. Your first exam or your first challenge may not be as successful, but then you cannot quit. You just have to go again, because I think I failed like three to four times. But the difference with somebody who's successful, Joseph, and somebody who's not successful is their level of discipline and their level of patience. As you can see up there, it says 97% who quit or employed by the 3% that never gave up. So to everybody out there who's who want to take the exam or who want to take the challenges, I'm going to tell you, even if you fail your first exam, or if you fail your first challenge, do not stop, man. Apply more pressure, study hard, research some more, because there are a lot of resources that you can use to become successful. And True Forex Funds, is given that is paving the way out. It's given the opportunity, because that is a lot of capital to have and to go inside of the markets with. So for everybody who taking exams, I just would encourage them to, be patient, study hard, and it will come through. Eventually the bubble will burst. You just have to keep picking it. Eventually something will burst. It's just about dedication, hard work, and also put God first. And it doesn't matter who don't believe in you, because you got to understand, this is for your future. This is for your future kids, or your future, whatever that you want to do. It's just that you can never give up. You just can never give up. You just have to keep pressing forward. Yeah, Joseph.
So to sum it up, Lendberg, technical fundamentals play a huge role in your analysis, but then it comes down to momentum and volume to actually pull the trigger and get the trade done. Psychology is at its best when you have a consecutive winning trade. So you must maintain winning, regardless if you would make a profitable trade with a smaller lot size. Just keep the machine churning and locking in some profitable trades, and then stick to your analysis. I believe what we have saw, it will also give you that discipline is the way you should follow each and day and your strategy. And based on that, you could achieve the current results that we are seeing in your screen. One last thing I would like you to share with us, and that would be the client area of what does it take to be a disciplined trader, and what factual statistics and data we can retrieve from your trading account, because statistical data will show a lot of information for every new or seasoned trader. All right, so this is your funded account.
Yes.
Okay, great. You have a beautiful curve. There are some drawdowns as we talked about, but it can be neglected since your profits are remarkably good and high compared to the drawdowns. Yeah, perfect. It's really nice to see a curve like this.
Not just that, but then also, Joseph, the emotions that involves, because you could just be profitable, as you can see when the account start from 200K, scaling up to 2, scaling up to 8 grand. We were up $8,000, and then the market, I kind of mess up right there and come back down, right back to 2. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Then this is where psychology once again kicked in. I'm like, how did I scale to 8 and then come back right down to 2? Man, it was kind of like a challenge. It's kind of breeder, and then I said to myself, we're gonna keep going. But one thing I said to myself for certain is that I don't want to see this account from where I start, from my initial starting capital. I just don't want to see it goes down in Jordan to probably 19. I just want to keep it above the initial starting capital. So I was risking small from there. I was kind of making 1,000 there, 2,000 there, making 3,000 there, scale it up, and then it come back down. And then we started again. I started taking trades again, beautiful trades, overnight session. The sessions overnight, once I thought that is what I talked about in the previous conversation with you, is that every overnight session that I have, every Asian session or every London session that plays out for me, once it plays good, it gives me confidence to go in the morning when New York open at 8:30 or at 10 o'clock when the stock market open. It gives me confidence. And then when news events are happening, and when I see red folders into my fundamental analysis, it gives me confidence knowing that I was successful overnight. Now I wanna scale up big to go to go forward with the New York session. As you can see, when it come back down from 8 back to 200K, back to initial start basically, but only slightly above profit with $536. And then it kind of I started to make trades, winning the Asian session over again, and then I made a beautiful trade. As you can see from there, that was a beautiful scale up from there to $21,000. And then when I see that, I kind of, step back. I kind of, every milestone that I have inside of the market, for every successful milestone, I kind of reduce the lot sizes again to just reset, if that makes sense. Like if I have a big milestone, like let's say I did place a $15 lot size, and the market plays out good for me. I made good profits. What I do is that, I kind of, back to the Asian session, I'm kind of like picking through the market. I'm kind of like scalping through the market. I'm finding opportunities. There you can see I make a extra $2,000, take it up to 24,000, and then 25, and then kind of drawdown hopping again, where I kind of lose it there. You have to, as a trader, for every international traders and investment bankers who are watching me right now around the world, what is important inside of the market is that not the profits that you make, but your ability to put your ego aside and take losses, because everybody take losses. Chase Bank, I was reading an article just the other day, just lose $500 million inside of the market. That's a lot sum of money. But the thing is that you just have to manage. Management is important. So once I kind of embrace those trades that did not play. So as you can see, from 25K, the market I kind of lose a couple trades there, back to 16. Then this is where it kind of start again. It pick up. I'm picking up momentum again with the Asian session, which is, for me, Joseph, that session is the most crucial session for me, because if I could win over the Asian session, it makes my max daily loss. It increases my max daily loss. It's like a breather for me to actually step into confidence and to trade that New York session. And what happened is that from 16, I kind of started to scale it back up to 18. I scale it back up to 19 grand. We are back to 20. Drop down again, back to 19, back to 20, and then back to 24. Then every single trade is not going to be, in profits. You kind of take losses, but you just have to be profitable. You just have to be consistent. You can be the most, good trader in the world, but if you're not consistent with your analysis, if you're not consistent, the way you break down the market, and for all of the trade to play out, you will not be successful. That is the challenge that I had when I first started out. I would make trades, beautiful trades, and then my next trade, I would blow the account. Does that make sense? Then that's when I realized I had an ego problem inside the market. I had to realize that if I'm being profitable, I have to protect my profits. That is when I protect my profit. Every milestone I have, I reduce down the size lot, and then we get comfortable, we get confidence, and then we scale back up again. We scale up to 41. When I saw 41, I say, I could see 50. Then I see I made, then overnight, I'm trading good. My Asian setups are good, and also I'm being consistent with one pair. I'm watching the news on that pair. I'm watching, price on that pair. I made my mandatory to like stick to that pair, and just to be consistent with it, just to know how is momentum inside of that same pair, because different pairs move differently. There are different momentums in each different pairs. There are different volume in each different pairs. So I was not willing to be all over the place trading Bitcoin back to GBP, JPY, or GBP USD. I said gold is very volatile. I'm going to pick gold and we're going to stick to it. And I'm going to study gold day and night. I'm going to watch gold day and night. And that's what took place. We scaled up to 41, 48. Once I saw 49, I put $10 lot. I scaled. Also, overnight, I'm also increasing my lot sizes. As I make profit, I increase my lot sizes. And as I make milestones, like right there when we jump to 56, I also kind of decrease my lot size just to protect my profits, if that makes sense. Just to stay above the numbers. Because you can be a great chart analyst. You can be one of the greatest stock market analysts out there. But if you don't protect your profits, if you don't protect your capital, if you don't stay above the numbers, if you don't respect the trading rules, if you don't respect, just staying above profit and protecting the numbers, for me, sometimes the chart doesn't matter to me, Joseph. Sometimes I'm preserving the numbers to a certain area. Like once I was like down to 48, 49, I'm not placing like kind of huge or incredible lot sizes. I'm just kind of preserving, my profits, and I'm maintaining a specific, number, because now the market can do whatever the hell it wants. As long as I'm preserving, I'm in a good standards, and I'm in a good area with the numbers. I'm in good standing with the numbers. I'm kind of happy, and it makes me confidence to go and study more, not just to study more and win the next trade. And I take it day by day, each and every single day, each and every single trade by trade. I reset my mind, I reset my focus, and every single trade I'm putting that consistent work, and I also have that mindset to protect my profits, to protect my capital, and I'm scaling up. And from there we took it to 59, and then we kind of, once I was up to 60, I kind of take some losses from 60,000 back to 51. That's like a $10,000 loss, or almost $8,000 to $7,000 loss. I said, this is where psychology once again kicks in for me, because I said, if I took it to 60 and come back down to and survive and come back down to 50, I can do it again. So that confidence, overnight, I traded that Asian session and London session again. Then I kind of started to scale it up back to back to 52. I scale it up to 56, 53, and then 54. Once I saw 60 again, this is where I said, okay, I was up 60, I lost almost 8, and then I took it back to 60. But in the back of my head, I'm saying I'm not trading no more. I'm just going to wait for for my withdrawal date. But then in the back of my head, I said, are you a real trader? Are you profitable, Lendberg? Okay, then. If you are profitable, you know how to preserve your capital, and you know how to preserve, your profits. You know how to, secure your profits. Don't stop. Keep trading. So I went back in. I took it from 60. I had a beautiful trade. Took it to 64. As you can see, not every trade was a milestone. It's just like $10 lot there, $20 lot there. I keep the lot sizes basically in the same range. And then once I scale up to 70, that's when I realized, the bus stop there. I want to take it there. And then, yes, man, that's why we're here.
And during those 3 times when you had major drawdowns, what do you do exactly to, ease your mind off from pressure of losing anymore? What do you do physically?
This is a beautiful question, Joseph. What I do is that, I go on YouTube. I'm listening to Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. I'm listening to his speeches, his Mamba mentality, not giving up, and once I see the as long as the account is in profits, you know, the way I preserve profits, it kind of gave me confidence, and I know that, I know what works inside of the market. I know that that RSI, that overbought and oversold, that works for me. I know that, that moving average. Once the moving average crosses above 50, that's a confirmation for a buy, or that's a confirmation for a sell. And I know once the moving average is crossing, or trying to touch my 200 EMA, I know it's confirmation for reversal, and those work for me, and I am successful with that setup. And I know, it's just sometimes you're gonna be in Jordan, you just have to be patient. Once I'm in Jordan, I'm drinking water, I'm listening to, Kobe Bryant, I'm listening to, the great Eric Thomas, one of the greatest, or if the most powerful motivational speakers in United States of America and across the world. And I'm listening to, Tony Robbins, of those guys, just to prepare my mindset, and just to go inside the market again. And also it kind of relief all of that stress, all of that anxiety. Let's say, okay, you are in Jordan, like your next trade can be a loss again, or your next trade can be a loss again. Once I listen to motivation, it cancels out all of that noise in my head, and my mind is clear, my heart is receptive, and I'm back to the chart. I'm back to the drawing board. I'm back to analyzing. I'm back to being patient. I'm back to, watching the news. I'm back to watching fundamental analysis. I'm back to looking at if the folder is going to be yellow for the day, or if it's going to be orange, which means that there is a possibility for divergence to kick in, or if the fall is going to be red, which means that the market will be super, super fast, super, super volatile. And I'm back to, a technical analysis, setting up my support line, setting up my resistant line, and also that confidence comes in, after I listen to motivation, after, I feed my mind, I feed my spirit, and then I pray to God, if this is your will, let it be done. And then we get it done, baby. Yes, sir.
How much time does it usually take to get back on track? It takes a couple of hours, or you might need a day off?
It takes a couple of hours. I'd say probably like 3 to 4 hours of me, just listening, having my AirPods on, like they are noise canceling, which means I cannot hear anything around me. I locked in. This is where I become very dangerous. I become very, I don't want no one to talk to me. Like if I had a bad trading day, I gotta fix it, and I know what it takes to fix it. It takes discipline. It takes patience, and also I have to rest. Even God rested after He created the heavens and the earth. He rested on the 7th day, so I gotta rest my body, just to rejuvenate, just to gain back my energy. Drink a lot of water, and go to. I also go to the gym sometimes, just to pump up a little bit, get that energy back, and then take a cold shower and rejuvenate for that next London session, for that next New York session. And then it all takes place. It all starts with motivation to reset my mind, to be alert once again. And to every trader that is out there, you gotta, and then not just motivation, music too. Some music to me, when I'm listening to music, it kind of put me back into that groove. It put me back into that mode. And also I like to, while I'm trading, I like to listen to music too. Like I have like I'd go on YouTube, open up a tab, and have like a list of music playing while I'm trading. And sometimes I'll just stop the music just to kind of cancel noise, and then look at the market, and then start with the trading and watch the numbers fluctuate, baby. Yeah.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Do you have any other statistical performances that you are proud of from our dashboard that can give some cues for traders? What should they also see when they are trading a funded capital like a prop firm account?
Yeah, for every international traders out there, whether you are from Italy, I see a lot of people from Afghanistan, United Kingdom, all over the world, United States. For you guys, what I would encourage you guys to do is that not every trade is going to be a milestone. Get that out your head. Not every trade you will make, not every single trade you will make 20, $30,000. Like if you see a milestone with a trade like I took and made $18,000, you have to, scale back down, scale back, decrease your lot sizes, because not every trade is going to be like a huge trade where you just make a lot of money. No, that's not how it works. You just gotta kind of scale back down, get back to that profitability again, get back to making 1,000 there, like 3,000 there. Don't try to make a long sum of money for each and every single day. That's how too I used to blow a lot of challenges, and I used to blow a lot of personal accounts. I used to think like every trade is going to make me a millionaire. No, not every trade is going to, make me a lot of money. Each and every single trade comes different. It comes based on market condition. It comes based on, what is going on that day. It comes based on how much time are you putting in to analyze the market. You cannot just, you on the chart for 3 to 4 seconds and you looking to go inside of market. You looking to enter the market. You too fast. You just gotta sit back, relax, start your technical analysis, be patient, and watch the chart move before you can go in. Don't just jump on the chart and then just click a button and then start making money. It doesn't work like that. You gotta actually put in the work. You gotta actually analyze, and you gotta actually after every milestone, after every great trade that you take, you gotta actually scale the lot sizes back down to remain on that to preserve that certain area, to preserve the numbers, to keep the numbers in certain standards or in certain areas where you can kind of build it up again and then shoot back up again to aim for those milestones. But for every trade, as you can see on the chart, not every trade, I'm kind of like building up the capital, building up my profits, building up, and then you will have those once you build up. What I realized, once you build up, you have that confidence to go for that milestone, because once you become profitable, you build up the capital, you build up your profits to certain. Then you gain a confidence to put a $50 lot again, put a $20 lot again. But you have to also realize not every single trade you should be doing that, because that's what I had to learn, and that's what get me here. Just building up and preserving the numbers, and also not aiming to make $1 million of every trade. That's a lie. Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing all of these thoughts. I think it was a remarkable interview. We are really happy to have you here, Lendberg. And we wish you the best of luck. After all, getting that full maximum capital of $400,000. That could be a great step.
And I'm looking forward to merge for 400,000, which I will have a max daily loss of 20,000, which will I could probably scale that to $1 million.
Yeah, or maybe further, because there are some further limits for the scaling plan. But of course, the scaling plan will enable you to go as long as you are allowed. Yeah. In your statistics, can you scroll down, maybe point some of the good information you want to tell any trader to follow, or that you think that it was helpful for you during your trading career?
As I scroll out to the trading objectives, every company have different trading rules and different trading objectives. But for me, and what I want to encourage every single trader out there is that you have to respect the rules. You have to respect, that is what's going to make you successful. You got to be willing to lose to win. In life, even in life, you have to be willing to lose to win. So you have to respect the rules. As you can see, it says max daily losses, $10,000 in a day. When I saw the market was fluctuating 7,000 negative into my not into my favor, I said this wasn't even a stop loss that took me out. I had the power. I took control over my mind. I took control over my ego and said, this trade is definitely not the good trade. And I have to respect the trading objective. Let me just close this trade out. Boom, I close out. And then as you can see, couple trades, I close out too. Yeah, that was my worst trade here. As you can see, my worst trade was 8 grand. That's when I think I was like up to I was up like 40 something thousand and come back down to 30 something. And then yeah, and then I regained, like I said, I went into that psychological, standpoint. I went into that mindset of motivation. I listened to stuff, and I regroup. I reset my mind. I reset my energy, and then I move forward. As you can see, my best trade was that $18,000 in that single New York session that we talk about. And and as you can see, my average wins are $2,000. Like I'm known, I'm always putting in 10,000. I mean, I'm always putting in $10 lot size, which means that the market moving $100 for every move. But then with that $10 lot size, I'm looking to make $3,000 to $4,000. Once I see $2,000 to $3,000, I'm satisfied. And with that $10 lot size, I'm not willing to see, I'm not willing to lose, I'm not willing to see the drawdowns of like 1,500. But if I see 1,500, I'll like click it out and look for another trade, because I know my max is 10,000 per day. But then also with that, what also comes with that $10 lot size is my win, how much I'm willing to make. So $3,000 to $4,000, $2,000 to $3,000 there and there, I'm satisfied. If it's an Asian session, those are where this is what makes me successful, because those $3,000, $4,000 nightly trades, they set me up for the day trades, for me to trade that New York session. And as you can see, overall, all the lot sizes that I took overall comes up to $681.71. And also my win rate ratio is 73%, which means that I keep the drawdowns tight, and also I push triple or double X what I want to lose. So let's say if I'm willing to lose $500 on a trade, I'm willing to make, once I see $2,000, $4,000, $3,000, I'm good. I'm comfortable to take that. And then I prepare for the New York session, which is the most volatile session for me, personally for me, to trade.
Thank you for your thoughtful explanations.
Yeah, so I just wanna thank the CEO of TFF. I want to thank the executive board. I want to thank each and every single person who works on the TFF and all the support team. And also, I just want to thank all the people who watches me all around the world. My Instagram, my Instagram is Lendberg Lysius, and also I'm on TikTok. You guys can follow me on TikTok as well. And also, guys, this is possible. All you have to do is put in the work. There are a lot of companies out there that are willing to, give you capital, fund you. Like, there is no way would I flip like $50 or $100 to 70 grand. It's kind of nearly impossible for me, basically. But the best thing to do is to get capital, find a good prop firm that you can use, find a good global firm you could use. And I recommend, TFF. The customer service is great. They don't take long to send you your credentials. You get them in 24 hours or so. And also, once you have questions, they reply to you basically right away. So that's why I love this company so much. And, I just want to thank, the people who come up with this idea, to fund traders all over the world. This is a great opportunity, and then this is a great milestone for me, as a 20-year-old kid from the Bahamas, one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. You guys should come and visit us. But yeah, and I'm excited, and I just want to thank all, the people who support me, people who watches me, people who get inspired by me. I just want to thank you guys. I think I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for every opportunity, and I just want to thank my good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And also, without God, I couldn't possibly make this happen. So I'm grateful, and I thank you. And yeah, man, this is very incredible for me.
And that will be a wrap. Thank you, Lendberg, for being here. As
Thank
we
you.
know, the road to success can be with ups and downs, but throughout the life path and trading path we follow, discipline can lead to us to the way to success. So this is what we learned today from Lendberg all the way from the Bahamas. Thank you for being here. And for everyone else, thank you for watching us, and trade as usually. Have a good trading day, and see you on our next funded video.